So, it's been a long time since the last time we've done one of these episodes, but I want to welcome you guys all back who have come back and who have waited patiently to The Drunk Truth. I am Treasure, aka The Drunk Truth. There was a couple things I wanted to clarify just before we get this episode started. I know that at the start of The Drunk Truth, it was me and Amy together doing this, and as you will tell in a few minutes, Amy is not here right now. She will no longer be continuing on The Drunk Truth. I do want to thank Amy for her time and all that she's contributed to the Drunk Truth podcast up until this point. And I know a lot of you loved and supported the dynamic between Amy and I on the show, and we appreciate that very much. But yeah, so we have decided to, do our separate things, and I hope that you guys will continue to support the show and check in and tune in. She will be missed here by many of you, I know, but we'll still try to keep it lit. So thank you again, Amy, for everything you've done up until this point. Wishing you the best. I will be continuing to do the episodes by myself, but with guests. I am looking for guests to join the show. So any of you who are listening right now, if you feel like you have something you want to talk about and get drunk with the kid, you can always do that. So don't hesitate to hit me up either on our Instagram or Twitter, which is at @thedrunktruth_1_, or you can DM me personally on my Twitter at TriggaTresh. That's TriggaTreash. Today I have one of the specialist guests ever, my best friend, Luli. Do you want to introduce yourself, baby?
Yes. Hi, everybody. So I am Lourdes. Most of you know me on Twitter as Zoinks, and my Instagram is just Lourdes Mars.
You want to spell that? Because, Lourdes, people think it's with a Z, and she gets very, 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 very offended if you spell it wrong.
LOURDEZ Mars. That's me. But I'm very excited to be here, and we love you, Amy.
Yes.
I love you so much.
And spell Zoinks as well, because I think there's like a few S's, and I always get it wrong when I try to look for you.
You're right. People do that. ZOINKSSS.
Are you sure?
Yep. You got that from
sure.
Scooby-Doo.
I think we all know that, but thanks for the clarification for anyone who's under like 10.
Right.
And speaking of that, if you are under 10 or under 18, and if you are related to me in any capacity, I don't care what your age is, this episode is not for you. I appreciate the support. I've got enough support up until this point. Log off. Click out the video, click off the audio, please.
This is 21 plus?
Yeah, let's make it 21, because 18 is still children. I don't know how I feel about
babies.
that. Yeah, no.
You know what's funny? Right before coming here, I was taking care of my fiance's niece, and she was like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "I'm gonna go do a podcast." And she was like, "Is your friend famous?" And I was like, "Maybe if she gets this going." She's like, "What are you guys gonna talk about?" And I was like, "Adult things."
Yeah, right.
I gotta go. She's so cute. She wanted to say hi, and she wanted me to mention her, but I won't show her this anymore.
You're right. Next episode, we got her. But also now that you mentioned that, congratulations on your engagement, darling. We're so happy for you.
Oh, the best. It's the best. Excited.
But yeah, so we've been wanting to do this episode for a long time, a long time. And so I'm happy as shit that we're finally doing it. Today we had a very interesting topic that we want to talk about, because it's something that we talk about quite often.
A lot.
Yeah, a little too much. We'll unpack that at some point.
Why not while we're drunk?
Right.
Let's just talk about it.
And that topic is kinks. So do you want to define how do you define kinks? What would a kink be?
So how do we explain kink to people who don't understand kinks?
Maybe I should Google the actual definition.
I'll give my definition.
Right.
Which is,
and I'll do that too.
I believe kink is, something, your sexual preference, that you like to do in bed with your favorite person or people, if you're into that. Could be really anything. The spectrum is pretty wide, but anything sexual.
Yep. So I already cheated because I kind of looked at the definition. So now I feel like I'm biased.
So now you got to read the definition.
So I'm just going to read the definition. So according to dictionary.com, A kink is a bizarre or unconventional sexual preference or behavior.
You see, I don't know if I like the word
right?
bizarre.
I don't like. I was literally just
because I don't think it should be out of the norm. I don't think it should be weird. I think if people like something, they like it.
Right, but there are okay. So
I know.
That leads me to a question: are there any kinks that you're just like nah? Like I try to be someone who doesn't judge kinks. Yeah. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like there's a couple that.
You know, okay, mine is actually a very common kink that not everybody, but a lot of people really like. Mm-hmm. But I hate feet. Mm-hmm. I hate it. And then people, when I see, like, I'm scrolling on Twitter and people are, like, sucking toes, I'd be like, like, I'd be like, why? Like, that's the only thing that I'm probably, like, I could never do.
So my thing is, like, I feel you with the feet kink, but, like, I'm not so disgusted by it that, like, I won't let you do it. Mm-hmm. I'm not. I'm so sorry about it. I'm not putting your feet in my mouth. It's just not happening. Like, I get it. Like, you may be clean. Perfect. So proud of you.
Right, that's beautiful.
No way. Like, I'm not doing it. I don't see the appeal. It does nothing for me. It may do something for you, but, like, if I'm just not a fan, no. But if you want to put my feet in your mouth, that does something for you, cool. I'm not putting my feet anywhere near your genitals. So if you start bringing it to that level, it's a dub.
I forgot about that too.
Yeah, because foot jobs is a whole category, and I find that repulsive. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that.
But no shame if you like it.
I mean, yeah. Right.
Right. Right. If you like it, you like it, man. We're not judging, I promise.
But like you can suck my toes. I mean, that's cool.
I had it done.
It doesn't do anything for me too.
And I was like, I don't. There's nothing to it to me. Like I'm just like.
It happened to me once too, and I was just like, it's not giving what you think it gave. Like it's just not. So on to the next.
Choking on the wine. I think it's more like they get off from it rather than doing it to like you feeling it. I think they do it more for themselves. Like they're like, I like this, right? So it's gonna help me finish,
and that's cool. And that's why like I'll let you do it, but like I'm sorry, like I can't do it back. Like
me either. Is there any other one that you don't like?
So for me, one of the kinks that I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'm looking at you all the way sideways, like I'm judging you, might judge you out loud.
I'm not judging.
Is like age play, like people who, bro, I can't find a valid reason for that to be okay. Like so for anyone who doesn't know what age play is, it's like those people who they have sex with consenting adults, but they want the adult to dress like a kid
or a baby,
act like a baby, act like a kid, act like a baby. Hell no.
Yeah, I think that's a little odd.
I'm sorry. Like, what is the reason? Why do you like that? And to me, it's because you want to fuck kids, and that's fucking gross. And I'm not with the shits. I'm sorry. That's one kink that hell no. The minute you say that,
I knew
blocked,
a girl.
Blocked on everything.
I knew a girl that I worked with who said that she used to wear diapers and have a pacifier and have sex with her. It wasn't sugar daddy. It was some whole other word, but it had like dad in it or daddy or something.
Oh, it was like probably like a dom type of guy,
yeah, but I can't remember what she called it. But she was their baby. And it was two. It was like a couple and the baby, and her. She was the baby.
And you want to fuck the baby?
Right.
No,
I don't know. I think there's some like underlying.
To me, it's like you're playing in like a loophole, right? Because at the end of the day, this is an adult, so technically you're not doing anything illegal,
right?
But I feel like deep down inside, you want to actually do this. I just can't think of it. And if it's like a dom, and I tried to think about it because I really thought about this question, and I was like, okay, maybe it's like a dominant thing because obviously you're more dominant than
the submissive.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the role that would create. But there's so many other ways that I feel like you can perpetuate domination and submission that doesn't involve that.
Baby wear, or diapers. Unless you're like, I want to pretend I'm 90. And I wear diapers, but I doubt that's what she was doing. I really doubt it.
No, because 90-year-olds don't use pacifiers. Like that's not what it is. Like it's just that one for me is just too weird. I'm so sorry about it.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to work.
Yeah, I don't like that, and I don't like the personalization of like inanimate objects, which sounds very specific, but like
So like a wine bottle.
Yeah, like I.
So what if I'm looking at a wine bottle right now
right.
that has like a tube, you know,
Right.
kind of like skinny or whatever at the top. So what if someone was to be like, I like to fuck a wine bottle?
Okay, good for you.
Right? You think that's still weird though? Like, you
I
think,
mean,
like,
I would be
people-
like, all right, like they sell things that are phallic shaped. You know,
Amazing.
yeah, right. Plug. I'm a former employee. Plug.
Right. It's me.
But like, I just be like, okay, but like, I don't like when people so when I say like personification, that's the word. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like inanimate objects being referred to as like
A she.
Yeah.
A he.
Bro, I don't know why that bothers me so much. I don't know why
Oh my
the
God.
hell that I like.
This wine bottle is a she.
Like even if we're using a sexual object, say we're using like a vibrator, and you're like, oh, doesn't she feel good? No, don't
Really?
do that.
I don't think that bothers me so
it
much.
just because I don't know, like it's giving me clinically insane. Like it's giving me like.
It's giving me Butler vibes.
Like,
Shout out to Butler.
I can't. Right, like, no shade because
If you're listening.
It's got clicked.
Oh, we're
I
drunk.
just can't. I don't know. That's something that I'm just like, don't like.
I get
But
it.
the H play is like really off limit. Everything else I can handle though. Like the personification thing, like I won't like it, but I'll ignore it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll act like I didn't hear it.
I don't feel like that the is she cute thing, whatever, would bother me, because I feel like I low key, if it's like a certain color, I already look at it as like a she or a he.
Do you?
Yeah, like me and my fiance have like a purple. What do you call that? The big ass one. It's like the one that has the double sided.
Isn't it just a
Double-sided
double-sided dildo?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I call it a she.
See,
I don't wanna call
why
it
are
a
you
he.
doing
I don't
that?
know. I
It's
wanna
not.
call-
It's an it.
I know. I
It
had
is
no idea. I really don't know. I don't even think about it like that. I just be like, it's a she because it's
the only
purple.
thing the only thing I've ever personified that's inanimate in my life is my car.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Same.
Like okay, but other than that, I'm just like, stop. Why are we doing that?
So rude. What's the next question?
All right. Let's see.
I'm babysitting that wine, by the way.
Excuse me. This is my second glass.
This is my third.
Oh.
I'm usually the slow drinker here.
Okay. Are there any kinks that you have that you're ashamed of?
That I have
Mm-hmm.
that I'm ashamed of.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think
No.
everything that I like is pretty okay. Like I don't
Pretty
think I.
straight edge.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever been like, that's weird, Lourdes. You shouldn't like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, because I don't have anything like out of the ordinary, like the age thing. Could never.
Yeah.
The feet thing is probably the only thing that I'm like not into, and I feel like whoever I'm with does not care if I don't like that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, but that I'm ashamed of, maybe like hitting,
Okay.
because it's low key abusive.
Yeah.
But it's normal. You know what I mean? Like it's a normal
because,
thing to like.
because people do it.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some
love
people who are
getting
like, I
hit
would
though.
never.
It's like the
yeah.
craziest thing. Like,
I love
punch
that
me.
shit.
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
No, I'm
whoa.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes.
No, I'm kidding. But I definitely feel like slap me, like slap
Oh
my
yeah.
face. Like
I love that
like
shit.
that.
I love that shit.
I think that's really like.
But people do find it weird. There was a time that I had told a kid. I told the kid like, yo, like, okay, let me just, and I've never done this before. Like, I had never ever expressed to someone the things that I like, just because I was kind of new. This is when I first started like having sex, and so like I always had this idea of sex was like, it's just people are just gonna do what you like. Like I never had the
Yeah.
idea in my mind like you should tell someone what you like so that they can do things that you like when you guys have sex.
Right, but you were new, so you didn't.
Right,
Even
so
know
I
that was a
didn't know
thing.
that was
Yeah.
a thing. Like I thought that would be weird. But then I had a couple times having sex and things that I liked weren't being done. So I was like, all right, I'm tired, bro. Like I need to get off from this. So let me try this one time to tell this kid like, yo, I like this, I like this, I like this. So I basically am just like, yeah, I like getting slapped. I like degradation. I like, inside
That's
the bedroom.
Word.
I love that. Degradation.
Degradation.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And then anyone who doesn't know what degradation is, it's basically being degraded. So slut, bitch, maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe that's what I don't do.
What?
name calling. I just like the physicalness.
Okay,
I don't like verbal.
So you like physical
yeah, but I like
degradation.
being told things in my ear, but not to be called like a hoe or anything like that.
I mean, there's levels to it. There's different degrading words that is like, and I feel like also the way that you deliver it too. Like, I would be offended if someone called me a hoe in the bedroom, but I wouldn't be offended if they called me a slut, which they're basically the same category. But I feel like hoe is like just offensive. I feel like a slut is like, it could be a little,
like only in
this
the
little
bed
sex
type of
appeal in
thing.
it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because you could be a slut for someone, for just one person. A hoe is like, what you trying to say? Like, what we talking about? Which I'm not judging, because if you sleep, listen, I'm the last person who can judge. But like, you know what I'm saying? When someone says that, it's not usually coming from a place of
bad.
you know, it's not coming from a
bad.
nice place. But like, slut, like someone could be like, you're my slut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I like that a little bit.
I guess it is just saying words like you fucking can't.
Yeah.
What the hell? What are you saying?
Why is that word? We'll get into that word too, because I don't understand the offense that a specific demographic of people take to that word cunt. It's like murder beef if you say that, and I don't get it. Like, if someone called me a cunt, I would laugh.
Yeah, I would laugh.
I would laugh so loud.
I literally talked about that not that long ago. I was like, I don't understand why cunt is such a bad word.
I don't get it.
Like, it's literally like, what's so
What?
dick is not a
I
bad
don't-
word. Like, you can't, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, why is cunt so terrible?
I truly don't get it. That's hilarious to me.
I
Like,
think
if someone
cunt is
called me that in an
hilarious.
argument, like, I would break character. Like, I wouldn't even be mad anymore. Like, I would start dying.
I feel like people who are listening are probably like, cringe.
Yeah.
Like, why are they saying that word so much? Stop.
Sorry, well, please. Yeah. Oh, so back to the story. Ooh, This is what happens when you lit. Matter of fact, let me finish this.
Drink some of that wine.
You can fill that up now.
Okay. Keep finishing your story.
I told some kid, like, listen, I like being slapped. I like degradation. I like all this stuff. Like, I like being overpowered in the bedroom, because I feel like in every other role in my life that I play, I make the boss moves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always been the person in power. I've always had that, you know. So
but that's
in the
good,
bedroom,
no?
and I love that.
Yeah.
I love that outside of in the real world, that I always take charge and I'm always in control of my own self and whatever. I love that. I strive for that, and the reason I am that is because I demand that.
Right.
But in the bedroom, like, you know what I'm saying, a girl trying to switch it up real quick. Like, you know, like, I'm trying to take a night off, you feel me? Like, period. So I told him that, and he was just looking at me like, what? His, like, eyes glazed over, just looking at me like, what the fuck?
Did you know if that person, could you read if someone is dominant?
He's not dominant at all.
Oh, that's
At all.
okay.
Like,
but you figured it out after you
yeah,
asked
I
for
figured
these
it out
things.
after. Like, the more I got to really know him, I was just like, you couldn't do that even if I paid you to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're just not that.
Yeah.
You're not that guy.
So then it ended there.
So yeah, so whatever, I told him, and he was just looking at me like, but then he was like, okay, then we go to, you know, do what we're doing, and none of it happened, and I'm just like, hello, I literally just gave you the blueprint, and like I was so now we're in the act, and I'm like, yo, like, do this, you know, and he's like scared that he's gonna hurt me, and I'm like, bro, like, what? But then I've been on the opposing end.
Where someone's asking you to hit them?
where I've been like, oh, like, you know, choke me, because that's something that I like as well. And this nigga almost put me in a body bag. Like, when I tell you, Luli, I was scared for my life. I swear to
You're like,
God.
oh, wait.
Kid, I remember being there and being like, oh my, like, literally in my brain thinking, oh my God, focus on your breathing. Like, just focus on it. Just like, I closed my eyes and I just concentrated on breathing because I could not breathe. And like, I don't know why I wasn't like, stop, like, you know,
Yeah.
but like, I didn't want to also kill the mood, because it would have killed the mood. But I was like, oh
That's
my
why
God.
so I learned, because I like the point of that, like right to that edge where I can't breathe.
Girl.
So I have to hold
That's a
in
whole thing.
in the hands, right? So I have to interlock like my fingers in the hands so that there's like room there,
Yeah,
and
to
they
be like-
know without me verbally being like, oh my god, you're choking me.
Yeah.
Like I can just stop it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh okay.
That's
And
cool.
they'll
That's
let
a
go.
cool system.
But I like the edge of it, and then I'm like, okay.
That's a whole thing. That's like what is it? Errata. I forget the word.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, auto asphyxiation.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, literally, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people have actually died from that because they try to do it on their own, like the masturbation thing.
And you also,
and
honestly,
they like
if you're
masturbate with
like
like a bag over the head or like whatever, and they create systems to help them like stop once they do, but obviously sometimes those
they
fail.
don't. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think if you're new to choking, you should search up ways to choke where you are not
because someone can crush something.
Because you can literally, probably don't even know your own power. You know what I mean? So like you need to like search up, like I know it's places under your neck that you need to keep it at, but if you're like up here, it's hard to breathe.
And that's the thing with kink play. I feel like it is something that has to be talked about. It feels so weird to talk to someone about.
Needs to be searched
out.
Everything.
Literally everything and anything. And I feel like it feels so weird. Honestly, not to generalize, but to generalize, I feel like in a heterosexual dynamic, it's very weird to talk about, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. I don't really like when you do this. I like when you do this. Because it feels like offensive. Like, it's like you're gonna offend him or whatever. Or even a man telling a girl, like, I like when you do this, and girls get offended, like, what are you saying? It gets like that very fast. It was not until I was more dealing with women, or even like the situation I'm in now, where it's like, am I doing this right? Is this right? Do you like? And then it was like, and even when it first was happening, when they would ask, and I would just be like, like I would
when you
feel
were with a dude.
No, with women. Yeah, like with men, never. It was never really a conversation for that one time. And that one time, I felt the judgment.
Was like, do this, do that, do this, do that.
No, girl, they never had to.
Because she's the best.
But I retired from that life.
And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb.
I don't want no parts of that life anymore. So sorry, MVP retired. Like I'm out.
She's a little lesbiana now.
Just a lot of big. You know what I mean?
But with the girls, you feel like it's easier to communicate.
Yeah, like when I first started having that communication happen with women, I was in that natural like offense mode, because that's how it would always be. Like, it's like, what do you mean? Like, well, like, I'm not doing this right. Like, it doesn't like, and you're not used to that, especially when you feel like every time you've done it with men, it's just been good naturally. So you're just like, what the fuck? So
you think you would take offense when a girl would tell you what they like?
Initially, a little bit. Like, there's like a little ego kill. It's like a little a little stab that you're just like,
because you're like,
and especially
I thought like this is how you do it. But we have to remember, women are all different.
Yes.
Just because like one girl, you got lucky with one girl and she loved everything you did, does not mean that every single girl is gonna like your tactic.
Right.
And we
that's
have to keep that open mind about it.
That's the thing. And I saw like some girl say this on TikTok too, and I was like, oh my God, yes. And she was basically talking about the fact that like in the lesbian community, it's toxic. This part of it is toxic in the way that we create this narrative that every time you have sex with a girl, y'all both come in off rip, 5 seconds in, because we real. Like, and it scares baby gays. So girls who just really discovered that they're gay and they're starting to want to have sex with women but don't have the experience. People who have more experience with men than they do with women. Like, you scare them and you make them feel like they're bad and you discourage them. Like, I'm guilty of that. Very guilty of that. Like, like I did fornicate with men more, and when I did, it was easy as hell. And then I started dealing with women, and I was just like, I thought it was gonna be easy because like I'm a woman and I know what I like, but just because I like something doesn't mean it's gonna do the same thing for another one. And we're all built different downstairs. Trust and believe. Like all of our clits look different. You know what I'm saying? So different spots are gonna hit. You're gonna have to maneuver different ways. Like it's all different, and so it creates this narrative that it's always going to be bomb the first time, and it's always going to be so easy, and if it's not, then you fucking suck. Right no. And it's not like that, and I want to erase that stigma of how it is. I mean, it does end up being more satisfying eventually most of the time, but it's not always like that. Body
is when you guys can come together. Majority of the time, it still doesn't happen. You know what I mean? But once you learn each other's bodies and you're like, I know this is going to get my girl off. Like, that's it. That's all you do. You end up just doing that, and then she knows your body. It just works. Like, but the first, the second, the third, it's not gonna. It doesn't work like that. Right. You might make one of you guys come. Like, one of you is definitely gonna finish, but not both. Yeah, and not at the same time. Right. Definitely not at the same time.
Bro, have you ever came at the same time as someone? I've never. Yeah, yes. I think that's fire. Yes. Oh my, that's like on a bucket list.
It's definitely nice, and it's like, I don't know. When I think of orgasm, I think of flowers. And I literally just picture a garden. Like, it's the craziest thing. Like, I went to the Museum of Love in California with Lauren. And we did, like, a test that was like, oh, draw what an orgasm looks like to you. She drew, like, a waterfall. Yeah. And I drew, like, flowers and, like, different colors. And, like, pink and blue and pink and yellow and orange. And I was like, I just always think of, like, fucking, like, flowers. Like, I don't know what it is. So then when I fucking finish, I'm like, oh, the garden. Like, it's like weird. You know when you like get up and you're really dizzy and you see stars? Yeah. I see flowers. It's literally the same thing.
Wow. I think now that you say that, I'm thinking about it for the first time.
Bless her.
Thank you. I'm thinking about it for the first time, and I think when I think about an orgasm, I just think of like laughter. Like laughter and happy, and like if I could just, I don't know, just collective laughter and happiness, not flowers, not anything, just the way that you would envision what happiness is. Yeah. And whatever that is for you, that's what I envision, because like that's what I feel every time after. I just feel like every time after I come, I start dying every single time. Every so it's like time. A
laugh box to you,
because it's just like I just feel like this rush of like great emotion, right? And so all I can do is like laugh it out, which I feel like can be problematic because they're probably like, what? And I'm just like, no, like. But I feel like if I could picture the color, laugh, it would be yellow. It would definitely be yellow for sure. It's yellow as hell.
Yellow's
happy, laughing, like just everything good ever. Just I don't know.
Yeah. I see that. I just see colors, the whole rainbow. Really.
It's crazy. It's a dope feeling. Dope as you.
She's reminiscing.
Yes. Yeah, I can't.
So what else do you have?
What's a kink that you're curious about that you've never tried?
Curious about? Probably voyeurism. But like, really? Hold on, because I've seen it, but I want to be in an area where like I'm somewhere and there's a window. So you know those like kink the red light places. District. Well, there's kink places, right? Where you'll be in one room and there's a window and somebody else is having sex on the other side. Yeah. So that is kind of something I'm very curious about. Like I'm like, would I like
being
that?
On the other side of the window?
No, seeing them. Just watching.
Seeing them.
Just watching somebody live on a window, like literally the window. So I'm like, because I always like, for some reason, whenever I'm like going to like a different state or something, and we're passing by hotels and things like that, I always look into people's windows just to see if I could see something. And I'm always like, what do you think they're doing in there? Like, or even at home, like sometimes I'll just be like outside just looking at like all the houses around me, and I'll be like, if only these people would come out on their window. Like,
that's hilarious that you think that, because I was literally just talking about today. Well, last night, actually. I was talking about how I look at people's houses when I drive by, too. And you're over here thinking, like, I wonder if they're having sex. Yeah. And I'm like, I wonder if someone's being murdered in there. Like, that's literally what I think about. I always be like, you never know what's going on in there. Someone's probably being murdered. Someone's probably being held captive. So clearly, I need to stop watching the ID channel.
Yo, I literally like, I think I'm just a sexual being in general.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm always thinking about it. I'm literally always like, and not that like I'm a nympho or nothing, because I don't like act on it, but I definitely like it. And it's on my mind all the time.
Yo, that's a good thing that you brought up too, like being someone who thinks about it versus acting on it. I feel like in my brain, I definitely think about sex more than I actually want to have it. Not that I don't want to have it. I do like to have it and want to have it, but not as often as I feel like it crosses my mind. About it? Like every time I think about sex, I don't want to have it right then. Like I just okay, the thought came up, or I see something and that's cool. I could watch something, but like it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I think when I like if I'm home and I think about it, and like I don't know, my girl's sleeping or something, and I really don't want to bother her, I'll just do it real quick. Like I just like I have to. Like I already thought about it. Now I have to do it. Like
yeah.
It's like I don't know. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I don't know. I have to.
Scorpio things.
Probably.
You know what's so crazy? So originally when we wanted to have this episode, I wanted my other homegirl to come, who's also a Scorpio. But she is like, so every Scorpio that I know is like that. Like freak, like sex, revolves
like
around it,
shit.
wants to keep doing it. Like,
yeah.
Yes. But this is probably the one Scorpio that I know who's very like, I know she enjoys sex and she likes having sex, but like I don't think it goes as deep for her as like, this is my kink. This is what I want to do. I want to use these toys. I want to use this.
Yeah, I feel like she's
like
a little
she's
bit more
very
vanilla about it.
yes.
Like
vanilla.
she'll be like, I won't do that.
Yeah. And I wanted her to come here because the contrast to me is so like crazy.
But I feel like we would gang up on her because me and you are a lot alike in that sense where we're like, what? That's awesome because we know what we're into. But I feel like she's more like, no, that's weird.
Yeah, she's just like, I like it this way. It's always worked for me this way, so we're gonna do it this way. Which is like, it's cool. And that's the thing. I also don't want people to feel. Huh?
A lot of old folks, I feel like, are like that.
I feel like, do you think we're gonna get boring when we're old?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
As long as, well, if you, I don't know.
Not to say boring, because I'm not trying to call vanilla boring. Because vanilla be working. Sometimes you just do the reg degs and it does what it needs to do and go to bed. Like, let's do it, babe. Like,
That's true. We can't kink shame.
Yeah, no, vanilla is not boring. I've definitely had great vanilla sex before in my life. Mm-hmm. But I also like the spicy shit.
I like the spicy shit more.
I like the spicy shit.
I just love it. Like, I'm okay with vanilla. I just rather not. Mm-hmm. I just rather not. I
honestly feel like for the most part, I haven't gotten to experience a lot of the kinks that I'm into.
Like what?
Like,
what have you not tried?
What have I not tried? I've never been tied up or handcuffed, and I really want to. Really want to. Really want to.
You have to take the initiative.
Do you understand? My thing is,
keep handcuffs with you.
I have handcuffs. You were with me when I bought the handcuffs. I have them. It's just my sex history has just been with vanilla ass people. Yeah. And like I've never felt comfortable expressing to them the more that I want to do, because then the little bit that I've tried, they've always given me that look like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? Because they're just like that. And like I don't know why people like that were attracted to me before, because like what the hell?
Were you vanilla with them?
I don't think I was.
What were you doing? Were you just doing?
I mean, I was doing the reg shit, but I feel like the way I was doing the reg shit was letting you know, like, down for more shit.
When did you realize, oh, I like crazy shit? Or were you one day like, I want to try this and do it to me?
No, like I've really so the thing is, like, I've never been, even when I was a virgin, I was never one of those virgins who was like, I'm so scared of sex, like I don't know what to do, I don't know, like I was always a virgin because I was insecure about my body and I didn't want to be naked in front of someone,
right?
But I knew once I started having sex, it was on and popping. I used to write erotica when I was 16. Right. My first time that I ever read like an erotica book, so I was like 8, and my mom had a Zane book, and if you know who Zane is, if you don't know who Zane is, Google it. But Zane is like one of the most famous sex book writers like ever.
Your mom was out here.
Right. She thought she was low bringing me to the bookstore because I liked books, but girl, you was in the section doing your own thing. You know what I'm saying? You're not low. But one time, like, I found a Zane book in her room, and I remember like opening and reading it, and I remember like reading stuff, and I remember feeling something, like, you know, and not understanding what that feeling is. Then at the time, I was scared like of it, but now as an adult, I know. Right. The kid was aroused.
That is so funny. Right. You know, my first time was also with a book. Like, that's when I realized it, but it was like later on in life. I was straight, and well, not straight. I've never been straight. I've been bi, but I was with a dude, and I decided to go to Mr. Sister Erotica. I love their store. I love them. But they have Wicked and Street. Okay. They have books where Amazing doesn't. So you know, obviously, I was at Mr. Sister reading the books, and they had lesbian erotica. and I was deep in the closet. So I was like, I kind of want to get this, right? So, so I got the book. It was like maybe like 2015 or 2014, something like that. And I got the book and I was reading. I was like, oh, this is. But the book is crazy. Like it has shit like peeing on people. That's one thing I won't do. Yeah, and I was
I'll
like
pee on
reading
somebody
it
for money, but you can't pee on
for
me.
money. I guess.
For a fact,
I'm
pee
not
on you for
into
money.
it, but if
I won't
you're
shit
into
on
it-
you, but I'll pee on you for money.
Yeah, so the book has like things like, oh, this girl liked the pee and the smell of it and all that crazy stuff.
What?
But there's other parts of the book because it's each chapter is a different story, different people.
I love books like that.
Yes, it's really cool. It's super, super nice.
I have
and
to
I've
give
had it
you a
for so
book
long.
now that you mentioned that. Remind me to do that.
Okay, but this book had like specifically about like spanking people with a rope or with what do you call that thing?
The flogger?
Yes. Flogger?
Yeah.
Right, that's what you call it?
Flogger, because you're flogging.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you would hit people with that or like smack people. And like, it was just crazy things that I was like, what? And then like, from there, it was like, oh, this is, I definitely think.
And this is why I be telling people, your kids know more than you think they know. And they are interested in more than you think they are. If you are a mother of someone young, please take the time to, and I know it's fucking awkward. It's so awkward and it's so weird and it feels weird. But talk to your children because they know. Like I'm telling you, I was like 7, 8 reading that book and feeling things that you feel as an adult.
Yeah.
Kids know. It's natural.
Safe sex and
talk
sex
to them so they don't
education
feel
is
that it's
smart.
weird,
Yeah.
and so that they don't adventure in ways that you're not.
Yeah, I feel like people
that
are
are
like
not safe.
uncomfortable
It
to talk
is
about.
uncomfortable, and I understand it because I've always said like I'm gonna be that parent who talks to my kids. But then when my brother got to an age where I was like, talk to him, it was like, what?
Really? I think if I had a little brother, I would want to like.
Yeah,
let him know.
and I have but the initial reaction, I mean, I feel like your first time that you do it, I feel like you get used to it. But your first time that you do it, it does
Yeah,
feel,
but you
because you don't
don't
want to
think, like-
embarrass them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to embarrass them. You don't even know if that's really what like they're thinking about. So you know, I don't want to impose it on you if that's not something you're thinking about. But I'm thinking you're at an age where like this should make.
But we should all realize that as soon as they get to high school, that's the age.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
I didn't know shit. I
Right.
literally didn't know shit till I got to freshman year, and someone was talking about tossing the salad, and I was like, what is that?
Bro.
And he's like, you better Google it. Mind you, this is when phones didn't exist, so I did it on the computer in the library. Oh,
And
that's
they
what tossing the salad is?
block the thing. Where is come to the office?
Oh my god, the first time I think like anything like that happened was when in 6th grade someone told me to Google blue waffle.
Yo, blue waffle.
No, that shit like
That was a hate crime. Like that was crazy.
Two
girls in one cup. Stop. And then
That
there was
was
spin-offs. There was
disgusting.
one man in one jar. Remember I seen that?
I never heard that one.
There was one man in one screwdriver. Good for you. One man in one jar. Some guy put a jar up his ass and it broke in his ass.
Oh my god.
His whole asshole started bleeding as he pulled it out.
He
Then
liked
another guy put
that.
a screwdriver up his urethra. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, so the urethra thing, that shit is real because at Amazing, we used to sell things that you can put up there. And people would buy it, bro. Like, men would deadass buy that. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was, like, a real common thing.
I literally think about the fact that every possible thing that you can think of, there's at least one person into it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything and anything.
Yeah, but the urethra thing, I can't talk. But
Urethra.
that thing is very common.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's
like,
very common.
That's why I literally, like, whenever I see, like, tweets and stuff, and even in myself, when you think, like, I'm the freakiest bitch ever, like, I'm a freak. You're not, babe. You're not. Every time I think that I have reached max freak, someone else be like, I like this. And I'm just like.
Have you ever been with someone who out freaked you?
No. Not up until this point. I don't know where life's gonna go, but like I said, I've always felt the people who were just mad vanilla, bro. Like, I never had anyone be like, or do something to me that I'm just like
that they liked more than you and made you feel
unless we're talking about the freak thing, but the feet thing, the feet thing, but like I don't consider that freaking me. That's something that I feel like is pretty reg degs. I just don't like it, but I don't consider you out freaking me by that. But like, nah, like I don't feel like I've ever been out freaked or And there's a lot of things, like when we talked about the kinks that you're ashamed of. There's things that I know that I like that I would never.
Do you want to talk about it?
Hell no. I would never, ever, ever. I would never.
Mind you, she has this question on her phone to ask me, but
yeah.
she don't want to answer it.
Yeah, and I ask because I want to know I'm not alone.
I really think the voyeurism thing is my favorite, and then and I've never experienced it like full on like that the way that I want to, which is through a window. Mm-hmm. And then the other would be like it's orgies, but like I don't know if I'm really into orgies. I just want to see other people. That's the only thing with me. Like I just want to see.
I love group sex. That's literally like my number one kink.
So like 4, 5, 6 people.
Like starting at 3 and going up, I'm with the shits.
Yeah.
Like
so
I love it.
I've always been in a relationship, and the people I've been with have never experienced things like that.
Really?
So it's one of those things where like, you know, like I don't get to experience it because I've always been with people like that.
The time I've never been in a relationship, but I've been in situationships. Mm-hmm. And the situationships I was with, there was definitely people who was not gonna be with shit like that.
Yeah.
Like they were very possessive. Like what? Like you know, they weren't like that.
That's my thing too.
Ever.
I think I'm attracted to people who are submissive to me.
Really?
Like and are like shy, I guess, in a way. Like I like that because I like to be. I'm dominant. Yeah. Fuck. So I like that.
Okay, girl. I see you.
So I like that, right? And it's perfect for me because I'm like, okay, well, you let me be who I want to be in bed, right? Like you let me dominate you and do this to you and whatever, and I'm okay with that and not getting it received back. You know what I mean? As long as you let me do it.
That's the thing. I'm so like I can be a switch, like if I need to be, you know, because I've been in past situations where I've dealt with people who are more femme, and so I was more
dominant.
Yeah, you know, but like I prefer to be submissive. Way more prefer. I feel like I naturally am just submissive. Like as much as people think I'm like this bro that guy's like yeah, no, like I'm definitely very submissive in my romantic situations when I'm allowed to be, you know. And so I like someone who's gonna. So you feel
like you want to be submissive more or dominant more?
Submissive more, for sure.
Okay. So only when you have to be.
Only when I have to be, or like. There's times where I'm just like, you know, it comes out a little bit. Today, yeah. But for the most part, I want to be submissive. I like it. Yeah. I fuck with it.
Same. I like that too.
So, yeah. But I feel like everyone I fucked with before was not, they were not, if I even thought about bringing up the idea of group sex, yeah. LOL. Like,
I think the closest to like group sex I got to was like group making out. That's it. That's the only closest I got to. I mean, it was like 3-way kissing girls or something. And like my man was watching at the time.
Yeah. No, I've had group sex, but never as someone in a relationship. I've always had to be single and then just doing my thing. And then whoever else is involved, I don't know what their situations are. I don't give a fuck. I'm just present for right now. But I've never been with someone and been like, let's us, which I want to do. Because I feel like that would just be like another level of like attraction for me, right? Yeah. Because a lot of people, I used to get into like debates with my friends because I used to always say like, yo, I like threesomes. Like when I get married, when I'm settled down with someone, like I still want to do that. Yeah. Like, you know, and they were like, what the fuck? I can never share my person with someone. And what if they like them more? And what? One, if your partner's gonna fuck someone else and like them more, they were gonna do that anyway. Thank you. They was gonna do that anyway. How many women don't have threesomes and get cheated on and left? Yeah. All the time. If they were gonna do that, they were gonna do that anyway. Anyone who loves you, wants to be with you, is gonna be with you no matter what. Like, I don't understand. And to me, it's a lose for you. If you're with someone that you love and you care about, and they want you to fuck bitches with them,
right?
What the hell?
Isn't that like the best for you? Wouldn't you want that?
What the hell? That sounds like
a win-win.
Period. I don't get it. So they wouldn't do that anyway, baby girl. Don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, if you and don't stress it, bro.
If you want to leave me for that girl, bro, yeah, of course. I'm not gonna act like, oh, water off the shoulder. But yeah, like, but at the end of the day, it's your L, bro. You were gonna do that to me at some point, so fuck it. I'll move on to the next person that I can do this with. Yeah. It's not for you, and that's the other thing. People think that when people have threesomes, it's for the other person. Yeah. It's for me. Right. This is what I want to do, and I don't look at it as sharing someone. To me, I look at it as we're sharing the person.
I want to add on to that. So I know how you're saying it's for you, right? I think a lot of people their mistakes are that they do it for their partner, and then they get disappointed because they're not doing it for themselves. And it is supposed to be for you too. Yeah. It's not supposed to be just for your partner just because your partner wants to do this. It's because you want to do this.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Right.
It's just not.
It's not, bro.
If only one of you consent to this. I mean, you can consent to it, but if you don't like it, and the other person likes it more, you're not going to feel
then
good.
Don't do it because you're going to be in your head the whole time. You guys have to equally want to do it. And that's why, like, I wouldn't want if my partner is generally like, honestly, I don't feel uncomfortable, then, like, I won't do it because I don't want you to say, yeah, I'll do it because, you know, I want it. And then the whole time you're there, like, you know, in your head, not enjoying it because for me, the enjoyment is both of us enjoying this. Yeah. When I see my partner fucking this person that we're fucking, I'm enjoying the fact that you're enjoying it. I want this person to do the best that they can with you because I want you to enjoy it because I'm enjoying you enjoying it. If that's not happening, there's no point.
Exactly.
There's really no point in doing it.
That's why I will never have a threesome with my partner.
And that's okay.
Because
and
I
tell
can't watch my partner do that.
I tell people all the time, it's okay. Like, if that's not for you, it's not for you, and it's okay. It's not for everyone. I know for a fact.
But I'm okay with, I don't know, like having threesomes and not being with the person. You know what I mean? Or with the couple. Like being a unicorn.
Like being the third.
Yeah, the third. Oh my God.
I don't like, that's
best.
the thing. Not that I don't like it, but it's not preferable for me.
Really?
Like, yeah, it's not. I'll do it because, like, cool. Like,
yeah.
I like threesomes, so cool. But I want to be with someone that I care about and do it with somebody else. Like,
that's very interesting.
I really do. Like, I'll be the third. Like, and it's cool being the third because you get catered to, you know, you're the center of attention, really. But, like, nah, like, I really want to do it with someone that I actually like because I feel like it's fun outside of the moment. Like, after this ends, we shared this, and now we're gonna be like, yo, like, you know.
No, I get it.
When you're the third, it's just like, it's fun right there. Then it's like, I'm gonna go home, and then it's like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, no, it's true, but you have to also be like secure. I don't know, like, I think about it, right, and I'm like, the person I'm with right now could never. I don't know. I feel like I couldn't do it with, and it's not because I'm not secure. I'm so jealous. I'm such a possessive person, like that. I'm like, I can't bear it. Like, it's like too much for me. But I've been in relationships where I don't want to say I didn't care about them, but I cared less.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because they were my partner. You know what I mean? And we would have been the ones doing it with somebody. It just never happened. But I was more like in a situation where I was like, yeah, whatever.
And I definitely understand that. And I think people also think that there's no conversation or thought that goes into something like that. Like, I'm not saying, like, I'm with my partner, someone that I love, and then let's have a threesome tomorrow, and let's not even talk. Let's just act on it. Yeah, there has to be shit that you talk about. You have to lay ground rules. This is not okay with me. Yeah. Whatever. And things don't go as smoothly as you think it does in movies, and they have just threesomes and it goes off. Absolutely. Hell no. That's why I want to give you that book. And for anyone who wants to read it, it's called 3 Women. It's a fucking great ass book. Actually, it's based on true stories, and there's one woman who's from Rhode Island, and she's a Cancer. Like, what are you talking about? And basically, she's talking about how, like, her, you know, she started having threesomes with her husband. Like, she got with her man, and then some girl kind of came into her husband. Her husband was like, talk to my wife. And then her and the girl chilled on her birthday, and then the girl came on to her, and then, like, and she started having threesomes, and she talked about the first time that they did it. And, you know, she was into it when it was just them, and then her husband came, and then it was like, okay. And then she was like into it. The girl was doing shit to her and whatever, and the husband was obviously into it. And then when she watched her husband start fucking her, she was like, I feel like my soul, like, left my body, you know? Shit. And she, like, you know, not removed herself from the room, but, like, stepped away from it. And then her husband stopped and came over to her and talked to her. And he was like, what's going on? Like, what's your mind frame? Like, what are you thinking about? Blah, blah. And they conversed about it. And, like, you know, went back and forth talking about it. And then to the point that she was like, all right, well, I mean, we're already here. So, like, you know, let's finish. And she got to a point where she was comfortable, and they finished. And then that gradually they started doing it to the point that they became a cuckold. If you don't know what a cuckold is, it's not the same as threesomes. It's where your partner will have sex with someone else, and you watch. You either watch or they send you videos. You're not involved physically at all. You're just watching. they ended up doing cuckolds, like fucking other people and sending videos. Like they grew into it. So I'm not saying that it's gonna be easy off the jump. Even myself, because I've never done it. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how I'm gonna feel the first time that I watch someone that I love fuck someone else. I'm not saying that I'm gonna be like.
You know what? I think if you're like into those type of things, and you're on a talking stage with somebody, I think it's cool to let them know in the beginning that you're into it, because then you could be like, okay, maybe we could like do something, so you can get it out the way. You know what I mean? So you can just like feel comfortable off rip. Like,
I always do. I always tell people when I start talking to them, like in the beginning, like not obviously not the first day, but like once I feel like, all right, we're starting to go somewhere, I literally tell you like, this is what I like. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying, that at one point, like I feel like I need to do this, because you can decide at that point I'll never be into that. And then I know like, okay, then you know, whatever. Like I'm always gonna say it, because I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, right? But I know it's like mine.
Cheaters, right? Serial cheaters. I feel like they have an underlying fantasy that they don't like to talk about, because they don't like to like label like themselves as like cuckold, or like they don't like to label like well, a cheater wouldn't be that, but like sometimes there's people who like would be okay with their significant other watching, and they don't realize that, because they think it's not normal to talk about it. Exactly. And it's like, if you're a cheater and you're a serial cheater, just tell your partner and see what they say. Just check out what they say.
You don't, and like,
and they know you're a cheater. You know what I mean? Like, just let them know.
And this is the thing: polygamy, polyamory exists. There's a whole demographic of people that you will fit into, because it's not cheating, because they want to fuck other people too.
But let your partner know.
Yeah,
you know
people
what I mean?
don't
like,
allow people to have the chance to know what they're really into and what they like, and they just. Because people are selfish like that. They want their cake and they want to have it. They want to eat it too. At the end of the day, there's billions of people on this earth. There's gonna be someone who's gonna be into what the fuck you're into, and also look good and also be cool. There is going to be someone. I don't know why people stifle themselves and try to fit in this box with someone that they don't fit into.
Yeah, I mean, you could just literally just stop the headaches, stop cheating, and just open up about it. And the least that's what's the worst is gonna happen is the person leaves you. Is that what you don't want?
Right. And why not do that in the beginning before you're even attached? Get that out the way. Yeah. Because you're not attached now, and it's like, all right, well, this is not gonna work out. So see you never.
Go find somebody who does like that. Does like watching you have sex with somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, it's just. I don't think it's that bad.
It's not that bad, and there's very open-minded people in this world.
There's
more than you think.
Especially now.
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays, like maybe 50 years ago, no, that was not a thing. But now our generation is definitely a lot more open about many things relating the sexual spectrum.
Right.
Like everybody's open.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like it.
So I think. It's what I wish for everyone is to find someone who's very open to the things that you like, and genuinely open, not someone who's just doing it because they don't want to lose it. Someone who genuinely is like, okay, you can try that, and if they're not into it after you guys try it, cool.
Then that's it.
There's a lot of things that I think I'm into that maybe once I try that I'm gonna be like, actually, no. Yeah. And that's the thing. I feel like people feel like they can't change their mind. You can always change your mind, bro.
Yeah, I don't want people to like feel like they're scared to like tell someone no.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm into. Like, I know I tried it with you 2 times, 3 times, but now I don't. Yeah. Like, it's not for me. I tried it so many times I don't want it. Right. You know what I mean? Like, that's it.
I encourage everyone to genuinely have open and free communication with the person that you're having sex with. No matter the dynamic of the relationship. You don't need to be married or seriously involved with someone to tell them what you like and what you don't like. Have that conversation. If you feel like you can't have that conversation with someone, that's not someone you should be having sex with.
Absolutely.
Period. And it took a lot for me, and I'm not saying that from a judgmental place. It took a lot for me, a lot of bad experiences before I finally realized, like, no, like I'm not gonna keep doing this. Like, I'm gonna start saying, like, I don't like this, I like this, I don't, because what the fuck?
We promote safe,
consensual fun
sex. Yes,
sex, and that's what should be had. And if you feel like someone is not gonna allow you to have that, or their ego is gonna get too bruised by you saying what you like or you don't like, don't fuck them, because the sex ain't gonna be good anyway. Because anyone who thinks like that is only thinking about themselves,
right?
And you don't want to fuck anyone who's gonna use your body as a masturbation tool. That's disgusting. And a lot of people are like that, and
Yeah.
I hate that shit. I hate it.
Men.
Yeah, I don't want to say it, but yeah,
Yeah.
the MEN word. Yeah, it's them.
Mm-hmm.
They really do be them.
Yeah. So just keep in mind that, you know, you can, if you cannot open up to the partner you're with, then you probably aren't supposed to be with them. So don't feel bad if you have to go leave them alone. Don't feel bad. It's okay. It's okay to break up. It's okay to start over. It's okay because there's so many other people in this world.
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys need any help or any advice, or you feel like you're in a predicament where you can't express yourself, or you're into something that you don't know how to express or whatever, me and Luli, our DMs are very open.
Always.
Trust and believe, we've even been that for each other.
Yes.
We've definitely been that for each other.
The first time I came out to Treasure.
Yep. And we weren't even that close at the time.
Yeah, we weren't. We were not. We were literally just, I was following her on Twitter, and she was talking about being bi, and I was like, oh my God, I was literally laying down next to the guy I was dating at the time, and I was crying my eyes out. He was like sleeping. It was like 2 a.m. He was sleeping. I was crying my eyes out because I'm like, yo, something is wrong. Like, I don't feel right. I feel like I'm hiding who I am. Mm-hmm. And the first person I see on my timeline is Treasure, and I'm like, I have to talk to her.
Yep.
I have to talk to her. And I've known Treasure for like since I was 16, for years. Yeah.
Years.
I've known her since I was a kid. And I was like, I have to talk to Treasure. Like, she's the only person that will understand me. No idea if she will, but I felt like she would.
I was so honored. I felt like the fairy game mother. I was like, yes! Talk to me.
And then she told me she was going to be at my wedding.
Yeah, with the rainbow dress. I still got the picture.
Dress.
Listen,
she was like, when you marry your girl, I'll be there. And look at that.
Yeah, look at
now it's gonna happen.
I didn't expect it to exist.
You did, and now it's gonna happen. And you're gonna wear the rainbow dress.
I'm wearing.
Where's the bachelorette? Where's the bachelorette? We'll do that because we gotta let everybody know I'm lesbian.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah, but I came out to Treasure, so I'm telling you, if you are discovering yourself, whether it's sexually or, you know, what your preference is, just you can hit any of us up. Like, we will be there.
Trust and believe. I'm still discovering myself as we speak. You know what I'm saying? We do that for each other, and everyone deserves a safe space. So don't feel judged. Don't feel weird. Don't whatever. We keep here, we laugh about here, but honestly, me and Luli are probably the two of the most open-minded people that I've ever known in my life. We're very very water signs, and we very crazy. So
right. And if you need someone to just even hang out with, just to talk to in person too, tell us, because we're always down to like go to the bar, have a conversation. Yeah. Just like this, just like we're doing right now. Exactly. Always down to do it with somebody else.
Exactly. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning to The Drunk Truth. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys will come back. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Also like, share, and subscribe on the Twitter page. Again, that's at @TheDrunkTruth_. And we'll see you guys the next time.
We love you all.
Bye, guys.
Bye.